I found my dad. I broke down and done an Ancestry DNA test, and I found my dad. I've been looking for him for 30 plus years, close to 40. But I've never known him. And so the search was decades long. I have a common last name. He has a common last name and first name. So that made it very, very difficult to find him. At the same time, during this process, I lost my stepdad, who raised me. So all of this happened within a 2-week time. So let me explain to you what happened. This year, well, Christmas 2024, I finally broke down and said, okay, this is going to be the year that I do it. I'm going to put in everything and search one last time. I know he's older because his age is on my birth certificate. So that put him around the 80 years old age. And you just never know, especially when I had no contact or anything from anyone. Before my mother passed, we had a conversation and she knew his sister's name and his brother's name, which was still difficult to find him. I thought this year that, well, last year, that for my Christmas present, I was going to break down and do the Ancestry DNA test. And I did it. I bought it, and it sat on my table for about 2 to 3 weeks. That was my Christmas present to me. That's it. Give me something. So this is what I'm going to do. Once I got it, I got real nervous about taking the test because is this something that I really want to explore, find out? Is it something that I could bear? Because during all of this time, I pretty much imagine every single scenario that you can conjure up in your imagination about what would happen if you found them, what if you didn't, blah, blah. What if they accepted you? What if they didn't? So while it was sitting on my table, my birthday is February 21st. So I said, okay, I'll do it in the middle of January, get the results back for my birthday present. So not only would it be my Christmas present, it would also be my birthday present. And made plans to go out the country for my birthday and all of that. So after a while of thinking, I took the test, sat it on the counter for a few more days, wondering if I should do it. Then I sent it off. Now I'm checking this thing every day, trying to mix and match some things. I found out a lot of people on my mother's side, doing the family tree and cousins and stuff like that. But it was pretty much blank for my father's side. After a while of going crazy and doing the family tree and all of this stuff and getting excited and, trying to figure out what was going to go on, February 20th, I got my results back, day before my birthday. Now, we're going out the country on February 27th. So I got it back, and I ended up finding an aunt, which was pretty much the only direct descendant on there for me. I knew her name, I just didn't know. And then, you get married and last names change and blah, blah, blah. So now I had an idea of her last name. But it showed that she wasn't on Ancestry for maybe a year or so. It was the last time she's been on Ancestry. So I sent a message. And then I sent out a couple of messages to some people that was linked to her and what have you. This was February 20th. February 21st was my birthday. I'm checking this thing every day. Every single day I'm checking. No response. no seen. Like it, if you get it and you read it and it says it's seen, I didn't get that. So I'm wondering, okay, would I even find him? Then I had an idea. Pretty much everybody that's over the age of, let's say 40, 45, has a Facebook account. Everybody. So let me check that out. Went to Facebook, put in my aunt's name, because that was the only one that came up. And I found a couple of profiles with her name on it. But didn't really show no activity. So let me go ahead and reach out and send her a message. So I sent a message. And a couple of days later, I got a reply. And she said, what's your mother's name? Now, when me and my brother was younger, and from my understanding, my mother and my dad split up when I was probably 1, maybe. She was possibly pregnant with my other brother. I'm not sure if they had him yet. I didn't go too much into detail on that side of the story. So now I'm shaking a little bit because, oh yeah, this is it. This got to be it. Send the message and didn't get no reply. So pack up, get ready to leave the country for a week and a half or so. I'm checking this thing every day because I want to know something. I definitely want to know something. I want to know what's going on. I want to know who my family is. So we head out the country. Now, if you know me personally, you know that when I travel or anything like that, my phone is off. I don't answer calls. I'm leaving to get away. So I don't want to deal with anybody. I want to leave everything at home, and I'll get back. I deal with everything I have to deal with. I land and get a whole bunch of missed calls. I'm not answering the phone. They already know. My brothers, they already know I'm not answering the phone. Then one of my buddies called, and I'm like, okay, let me see what's up. Answer the phone, and he said, hey, your dad died. Now, this was something we were prepared for because my dad was really sick. So we kind of knew that it was pretty much just a matter of time before he passed. So that was something that we kind of already knew. So, okay. Give my brothers a call. And they said, you're out of the country. We can handle this. We'll take care of it and let you know what's going on. We'll keep you updated. And when you get back, then we do whatever we need to do. All right, cool. So I'm emotional wreck. I find my aunt not getting a reply, and then my stepdad died. So that was pretty tough, but sucked it up and, tried to make the best of being an emotional wreck. And had a good time. So now I get back, a couple of days off of work, and I figure, you know what, let me check my aunt's friends on Facebook because she don't have a lot of friends. 3 different accounts, but it was an average of like 30 friends on each account. And then I saw a couple of people on the same accounts. So I'm like, okay, let me look at all these profiles and see who's kind of matching up, who's the same people. Then I saw some Davises on there. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm just going to send messages to everybody. Everyone. I'm going to send messages and see if I get a response. So I'm sending messages, maybe to about 13, 14 people. Then I started looking at the profiles, and I started getting real excited and real nervous. Um, one of the profiles that I went to was another Davis. But when you go to the about, he didn't really have a family listed or nothing like that. So I went to another one, no family listed, nothing. Then I went to another person, and I went to his abouts. He wasn't a Davis, but I just went to the abouts because I'm in this. I'm in this right now. And then when I looked at the abouts, I see that my dad's name is his dad's name. Now I'm shaking. Now I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Excited, but still very, very, very nervous. So send him a message. And then I get a response back. Probably, I don't know, maybe an hour or so later, I get a response. What's up? That's my stepdad. I haven't talked to him because I moved to Baltimore 10, 15 years ago or so. But I can reach out and give him the message. Cool. Now I'm terrified because I've never been this close in all these years looking for him. So I'm terrified. Yeah. So after that, I get another message. And the message said, this is a Davis. The message said, what's your mother's name? So I sent him my mother's name and told him a little bit about, her and my dad used to work together, so and so, so and so. And then he leaves his phone number and said, give me a call. Now, I'm at work during this time. I'm at work. So I said, all right, give me a second. Let me leave my office and I'll call you in a minute. So I go outside, kind of get my nerves up, and I give him a call. And he said, I need you to tell me what's your mother's name. So I told him. I've never heard so much excitement in a person probably in my life. It was heartfelt. It was heartfelt. You my big brother. Oh, we've been looking for you and for all this time, and we didn't know where you was, and blah 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 blah. And he's giving me a whole breakdown of the family. Excuse me. I'm literally shaking. I'm on the phone with my brother. Now, there was no doubt that we were brothers because when I went to his page and I saw his picture, I'm going to put a picture of him and my nephew right here. So inside I'm spazzing out, but I got to be calm. But I can't, the emotions are there, but I'm still trying to be mellow because this is something that I dreamed of. Wow. Just reliving it. I'm sorry. So we talked for about 15 minutes and he's just going on. He's just talking and telling me stuff and it was too much for me to comprehend at the time because I'm like, my little brother is on the phone. I got a little brother. By my dad, I got a little brother. So I'm tripping out. So I was like, all right, look, I'm at work. I gotta call you back. When I get a second, I'm gonna call you back. Probably tomorrow, but I'm gonna call you back. All right, bro, love you. Give me a call. Oh, I'm happy for you. Okay, all right. I hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Take a deep breath. And then the phone rings again with my aunt's name. Now, if you know me, I'm kind of a character. I done relived all of this stuff plenty of times in my head. So I answer the phone. What's up, Auntie? And she said, I don't know if you my nephew yet. You got to let me know something. And she asked me a couple of questions. And you can't hear it on the phone, but I'm tearing. Tears coming down. She said, oh, you're my nephew. We've been looking for you and blah, 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 and this. And now I'm just really, really freaking out. I found my damn family. I found them. Wow. I found my family. So I let her know, okay, Auntie, I'm at work. I'm going to call you back. Because this is a lot. Now, granted, I'm still dealing with the death of my stepdad. So all of this is all happening at the same time. So you can imagine, you probably can't, but the emotions is going, it's just going, it's going crazy. So I hang up with her and I get a text message from my brother. He goes, I'm going to give Dad your number. No problem. Once I send that message, as I'm walking back to my office, the phone rang. It's my dad. He said, hello, is this Dwayne? I said, yeah, this is Dwayne. He said, do you know who this is? I said, well, shit, you got to be my dad. Everything's going on. You got to be my dad. I'm your dad. Now I'm trying out the ball here because I'm at work. So I'm trying out the ball. But the emotions it's way up there. It's way up there. So he's explaining some of the situations and, talking to me about the family. And then he says, well, I'm the oldest of 8. No idea. Yes, 4 boys, 4 girls. I'm the oldest. And we have a big family. And they all know about you. I think that was the part that did it for me. Because some of these stories, they don't have good endings. I know a couple, they didn't have good endings. And mine's is turning out to be better than a lot of stories that I heard. Just in this is a 30-minute time period between me talking to the 3 people in my family. So I told him he's talking to me, and I was like, Pops, I'm at work, and it's a lot that's been going on in the past 30 minutes. It's a lot. I understand. I'm not going to mess up the money. You do what you got to do, and, you give me a call when you get some time. All right, cool. Then he said, I love you, son. Damn. I said, I love you, Pops. I'll talk to you in a few. All right, so now we got to go to the other part. So I had already planned, because they're in California. I'm in Atlanta. I left California in probably 2000 and pretty much never looked back. So I already had plans to go out there to see what's up with Pop's funeral, and they not sure what's going on, and I didn't want to input too much because there's only so much that I could do. So I had already planned to go out there. So the next time I talked to them, to my Pops, I told him, And he was like, okay, just let me know if you come out here, if you got a day or something like that, then, you can come stay over here. We can talk. All right, cool. This is all good. This is all great now. This is all great. So I end up flying to LA and, seeing my brother and talking to my other brothers on the phone and trying to get some of that situated, which still kind of a hot mess, but like I said, there's only so much that I can do in that situation. So we set up for me to stay the night at my dad's house so I can meet him. Okay. And then there was a change of plans, and he said, well, your aunt wants us to meet at her house so you can meet the family. Okay, I don't have no problem with that. I'm a big boy. I can take that. I can take it. We pull up to the house. I'm nervous because this is just something that's new. It's something that's different, and I need to get my emotions in check. I got to get my emotions in check. Okay. Get to the door. Pops open the door. How you doing, son? How you doing, Pops? Give him a hug. And then I look past him, and there's a house full of people. There's a house full of people. A house full of people. All my aunts, my uncles, cousins. A whole side of the family that I didn't know existed. And it was crazy. To walk into something that new and feel that loved you can't draw that up. You can't put that in the script. It was amazing. Here's a picture of the family. We all took a family photo. It was amazing. We got to catch up and we got to talk, and I learned a lot about my family. Very successful family. Cool. Probably the coolest amount of people at once that I've ever been around. They all just get along. And it's hard to find that nowadays, but they all super funny. I know where I get my personality from. It's 100% from them. Personality is cool. Everybody's charming. Everybody's loving. Everybody was accepting of me. Everyone. That was one of them times where I wish that I could have just stayed. But I got a life too. Just on the whole other side of the country. So, from my understanding, I'll come back with a part 2.